As we approach the Easter season and everyone's getting ready for their Easter baskets and the Sunday service and the Easter egg hunts, I can't help but reflect on the moment where Jesus gave his life for us, or as we call it, Good Friday. And then I can't help but wonder, but have you ever wondered why we call it Good Friday? When I think about Good Friday, I can't help but think about what it would have been like 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem. So the fact that we call it Good Friday shows that we already know the end. We can already unravel and understand the plan and the love of God in the end when he sent his son to die on the cross for our sins. But what about in the moment 2,000 years ago when it seemed like death had won? On that Good Friday, Peter and the other disciple seemingly lost a dear friend, and Mary her own son. And on the cross where Jesus was crucified, it was written, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. Everyone had their own assumptions of what this king would look like based on the way that the Messiah was described in the Old Testament. So at this point in history, the Jews, or as they were commonly known as God's chosen people, they were heavily oppressed by Rome, and their hope was that the great Messiah, as it was prophesied in Isaiah, would deliver them from the oppression of Rome. So the Jews might have pictured the Messiah as a king with a crown showcasing royalty, but instead they got a crown of thorns. Just like Mary and Peter, we look at the king nailed to the cross and we wonder if this is the end. But they didn't realize yet that Sunday was coming. Sometimes we go through certain situations, hard situations in life, and we look at God, we look at Jesus, and we wonder, is that it? Like, is that all, God? Like, you put me through all this? Like, is this the end? In the same way, Mary and Peter 2,000 years ago looked at Jesus nailed to the cross and wondered, is this the end? But they didn't realize yet that Sunday was coming. In the same way, our own Good Fridays may leave us hurt, angry, hopeless, and maybe even questioning God. Yet even in our darkest moments, God still calls these days good because he sees what we cannot. He sees that our story isn't over. Jesus knew that resurrection would follow his suffering, and in the same way, God knows that our Good Friday won't last for long because our Sunday is already on its way. So even when it seems like all is lost, even when it seems like the grave has the final word, just remember or just know that your story isn't over because Sunday is coming soon.